the concept that money by itself increases. On the contrary, Islam wants to create the concept that money by itself decreases with the passage of time. So 2.5% deduction from your capital annually is the message to you that money by itself decreases in value. If you don't increase it at a faster rate, then it decreases. So in the Islamic system of zakat, there cannot be any inflation. Inflation goes hand in hand with the banking system. The interest rates and all these factors cause inflations. And when Islamic states charge 2.5% against the capital, the money becomes steady. And the only factor which either increases or decreases it is the human factor. And there honesty comes into play, and capability, and your art of trade and knowledge of this and that, all these factors, and your efficiency and your laboriousness or laziness, all these things, which are human values of course, they are married to that capital, and then different results are produced differently. So if this is the system, then you can immediately understand that human values will be promoted in the economic system of Islam. And it will be a widely distributed factor which will not only be channelized into a few hands and a few banks, but wherever in the Muslim society you have a surplus money, either you will think of employing it yourself more wisely because you can't deposit it in the bank, or you will have to find out honest people, honest firms, whom you can believe that they will not play tricks upon you, and also capable people. So this is the concept of Islamic economy. In the banking, this concept goes overboard, and a different thing begins to happen, accumulation of money into certain hands. What our banks pay to the individual lender, if that were a genuine rate of profit, no banks could survive in the world. They know that what they pay is less and what they get in exchange is more. And certain laws cover this. There is no question of profit and loss in this regard. The whole financial system is built like this. So a state appears in the economy which has been described in Surah At-Tatfif. وَيْلٌ لِلْمُطَفِّفِينَ الَّذِينَ إِذَا اكْتَالُوا عَلَى النَّاسِ يَسْتَوْفُونَ وَإِذَا كَالُوهُمْ أَوْ وَزَنُوهُمْ يَخْسِرُونَ. That woe to those, curse upon those who when they give things, they give less, and when they receive more. So this is the economic state in a banking system. And the cartels which develop, and the governments are also involved on the side of the banks, etc. They are so powerful and so huge that it is impossible for the individual to get more from the bank. It will always be the bank which gets more from the individual. And apparent benefits are also frauds of various nature which can be exploited after closer analysis. The net result is, and that is what we know positively, that whatever they do, whether they apparently help or do not help, this fact is 100% correct, that because of the banking system, money gets accumulated in fewer hands. And the governments which are richer by this system, they become still richer at the expenses of smaller countries. So in certain countries, individuals become richer out of all proportion, so that ultimately a time reaches where the individual cannot run out of their clutches. And also the governments become richer as against poor countries, until the state reaches where the whole thing is toppled down. Build a castle from the sand, like children do. It can be raised to a certain height, but not beyond. So it all depends on on many factors. For instance, cohesiveness of the material, the internal strength of the material, the design of the building and all that. But there are always limitations. You can build skyscrapers, of course, in American economy, for instance, but the skyscrapers have also their limits. Similarly, and those limits are directly related to the base, and the sum total of the engineering knowledge and mathematics and so many other sciences, all these form a base. The wealth of the country plus all these factors belonging to the realm of knowledge, they form the base. And the base has a direct relationship to the height of a building. Like in material terms, this is also true in the terms of values. So in America, there is a possibility for the economy to rise to a greater height than there is a possibility in Pakistan, for instance. The accumulation level, which reaches a dangerous point, would be different in different countries. But there would be a level, this I must tell you. And when that level reaches, then the economies begin to collapse and then the world wars appear. And then the banking system plays its havoc in another way by promoting and prolonging the wars. So this is the nutshell, in nutshell, the analysis of the Western economy, system of economy. But in Islamic system of economy, these things cannot happen. But where is it in practice? That is the point. And it cannot come into practice unless Ahmadis spread out in the world and do preaching and ultimately win lands where they can demonstrate Islamic system. So that time apparently is not yet come, but you must at least guard your system as far as theory is concerned. Every Ahmadi should be well convinced that Islamic system is the only true answer to the world problems. Because otherwise, this system is bound to end up in wars. There may be greater distances between wars due to other factors which raise the threshold of patience. But ultimately, these things are going to break down. And this is why Islam, in the Holy Quran, in connection with this system of banking and usury and interest, whatever name you give it, gives this clear manifest warning to the whole mankind. That if you are not prepared to leave this system, then get prepared for a war with Allah and His Messenger. بِحَرْبٍ مِّنَ اللَّهِ وَرَسُولِهِ. What is the full verse? Full verse? فَازَنُوا بِحَرْبٍ مِّنَ اللَّهِ وَرَسُولِهِ. The first part of the verse relates to this, exactly this question. So the inference I am drawing, although it is drawn from the recent history of the world and relationship of the economic system with the factors which generate wars, but the Holy Quran has reached the same conclusion by way of a prediction. Allah has warned humanity that either leave this system or get prepared for a war with Allah and His Messenger. What does this mean for Allah and His Messenger? Allah to go into war with